Alright, it's double bubble on the nightclub business this week. You don't have a lot of goods accumulated in your nightclub warehouse to sell, and you don't just want to sit around passively and wait for it to go up. Your only option at this point is to call Yohan and request a nightclub goods mission. These missions are incredibly easy, which I'll get to shortly, but after completing the mission, you have to sit around and wait for the 20-minute cooldown. Well, no you don't, because there is a way you can skip the cooldown and perform back-to-back Yohan missions for as long as you like. I made a video on this several months ago, but I still see people struggling with performing this simple trick. I even had someone comment on my previous video stating that they tried like 20 times and they couldn't get it to work. Well, fear not. In today's video I'm going to walk through how to skip the Yohan cooldown in a painstakingly slow process to help even the most newbie of newbies complete this. Okay, so there's only two missions you'll get when you call Yohan. You'll either need to intercept a truck and drive it back to your nightclub, or head to the docks and grab some goods from a tugboat. What I'm going to do here is walk through each one of these to show you A, just how easy these missions are, and B, how to successfully skip the Yohan cooldown. Alright, so for all of these missions, I recommend using the Mark II. As I've said a million times before, if you want to grind money in this game, the Mark II is a must. If you're a newbie and don't have the Mark II, you can still get these done, but just pay attention to the timer because it's going to take you a little more time to complete. Okay, the removals truck mission is going to be the longer of the two missions for the simple fact that you have to drive the truck all the way back to your nightclub, as opposed to just flying back on your Mark II. When you locate the truck, you'll want to get behind the vehicle and drop down to road level and use one lock-on missile to make it come to a stop. If you use more than one, you'll end up blowing it up and the mission will be over. As soon as the truck stops, get off the Mark II and shoot the driver. Forget about the passenger, as you'll have the truck to block any of the fire from that side. As soon as the driver is dead, you need to get into the truck and begin driving as soon as you can. There'll be enemy NPCs arriving very quickly and you don't want to be caught in a firefight. As soon as you begin driving, just keep the enemies behind you and you're good to go. The truck will block any additional fire coming from the NPCs. And that's it. Just drive the truck back to the nightclub and you're done. And now the cooldown trick. As soon as you drop off the goods, just leave your nightclub and head to the LS car meet. When you get inside, head to the back where the test track is located. You'll always see 3 cars parked here that you can sample on the test track. This week, the 3 cars are the Grody Stinger GT, the Benefactor Feltzer, and the Obey 9F Cabrio. Alright, so after heading to the back and as a sanity check, you cannot call Yohan again for 20 minutes. You see here that I'm trying to call him and he's giving me the "no way, Jose" spiel. There's actually a timer in the top left telling you how much time you have to wait before starting another mission. You can now just hang up to begin this little bypass. So for this example, I'm going to choose the Benefactor Feltzer, which is the middle vehicle. You can choose any of the 3 vehicles you want, it doesn't matter, it's going to be the same method. Now I'm going to pause here and tell you exactly what's going to be happening. You're going to select a vehicle and head out onto the test track, but while you do this, you'll be calling Yohan for another mission. This contradiction is going to confuse the game, and the end result will be you getting the next Yohan mission. But there are some things that need to happen for all this to unfold. If you don't do this trick, this is what normally happens. As soon as you select the vehicle, your character will begin opening the door of the car to get in. There's then going to be this brief cutscene of you driving onto the track. This will be followed by a black loading screen, which will take you to the track to begin driving around. The key here is you need to call Yohan and have him pick up or connect before you see the black screen. My guess is this is probably what's messing most of you up. Now, having said all this, the biggest pain point here is making sure you call Yohan before the black screen. And here's some tips to make this happen quickly. First, the most obvious is to have Yohan easily accessible from your phone's contact list. You don't want to be scrolling through a bunch of names to find him. This will take too much time. Luckily, his name starts with a Y, so he should be at or near the bottom of your list. If he's not, just go into your preferences and change who's on your list to make this happen. Next, and here's my biggest tip, do not stand near the door of the car to kick this whole thing off. This will not allow you enough time to call Yohan. As you're seeing here, I'm standing near the front corner of the car, almost near the front. This is where I'm going to make this all happen. all you'll need is for the pop-up to appear in the upper left asking to test drive or purchase. Once you see this and you're far enough away from the door, select test drive. Next, you'll want to select enter alone, and now it's go time. As soon as you make this selection, you'll want to take out your phone, go to contacts, find Yohan, and then select. Keep smashing on the select button even after making the call. Just keep rapidly hitting the select button until the end. If you've done this right, you'll hear the phone ring and have Yohan pick up. It'll display connected on the phone. If you don't see or hear Yohan pick up, this will not work. If this happens, just exit the test track and try it again. If he does pick up, the next screen will be you sitting in the car, followed by a car that's slowly vanishing, followed by another black loading screen sending you outside. At which point, you'll hear Yohan explaining the next mission, and that's it. Easy peasy. Okay, finally, the Tugboat Mission. If you have the oppressor, this is the quickest and easiest mission. Simply fly to the boat and begin taking out all the enemy NPCs with the lock-on missiles. Be very careful, though, not to blow up the boat. You'll still be able to recover the goods if this happens, but you'll need to swim to the bottom of the ocean to do it. So yeah, avoid blowing up the boat. Once most of the enemies are eliminated, again, you don't need to kill them all, but once most are eliminated, simply land the Mark II on the upper deck by the pilot house. Get off, collect the goods, and then get back on the Mark II to leave. Just make sure you leave some decent room on either side of the Mark II when you land, and that it's not tipped over or glitching out against a railing or something. It makes climbing back on far easier after you've collected the goods. And that's it. Just fly it back to your nightclub, rinse and repeat the Yohan missions, and then stand back and marvel at how much nightclub stock you'll be raking in. Alright, so that's it, my friend. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to help out, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. Are you going to be grinding the Yohan missions this week? If so, will you be incorporating this little trick to bypass the cooldown? If so, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be well, be safe, be on TV, the one Maestro!